What is science without failure? We tend to think of science as a never-ending source of progress and of scientists as crazy intellectuals who carry all the answers to our questions. The truth is way more complex than that. Behind the scenes, for every huge discovery that's made, say CRISPR, black holes, and even the COVID vaccine, there are thousands of frustrated scientists that spent years or even decades working on a dead end. Failure, as well as ignorance, are as much the pillars of science as concepts such as knowledge, experiment, and objectivity. Ignorance, you say? Yes, ignorance. Without ignorance, there is no science, there is no progress. If you don't have a question, a problem to solve, you have nothing to base your work on. From ignorance, we derive creativity. Once they know what they don't know, scientists are taught to come up with a hypothesis. But these hypotheses don't just fall from the sky, but they require a creative nature that we haven't just figured out how to teach. So scientists are taught other things in hopes that they will help them come up with a problem to solve. We need structure and method to make science reproducible and to sow trust within the general public. Scientists learn method, order, and read dozens of academic articles so that they'll have a clear image of what they'll be dealing with. However, that image will never be as clear as pictured in textbooks. It is very hard to find a black cat in a dark room, especially when there is no cat. Is an ancient proverb that summarizes what scientists go through every day. Household name scientists like Einstein or Curie happen to have a black cat in the dark rooms, but more are the scientists that don't. Failure is more common than success, but sadly we are yet to normalize it. Most scientists struggle to get funding for their research if their previous findings are not very exploitable. We are indeed in a culture of publish or perish. We need not only to normalize failure, but also to celebrate it. If you don't find a cat in the room, then you can say in which room there was no cat. The absence of publication describing failures means that there are dozens of scientists spending time and resources checking the same room because they don't know it has already been checked. But how do scientists know for sure that there is truly no black cat in the dark room? It may as well be hidden behind some dark furniture. Well, that's why there need to be more experiments. Scientists need to be fairly sure that they haven't overlooked a certain room, so they need to find a compromise. Is there no cat in the room, or do my glasses need cleaning? Is this a true failure or a technical one? Experiments are to be repeated until there is a really good chance that the room is empty. However, as necessary as failure can be for science, scientists need to know when to quit, when to admit that there is no cat in the room. This is crucial because there can be no progress if everyone is too busy trying to find a world-changing discovery when they have in fact reached a dead end. The opposite happens quite often, with scientists rushing to the room in which a cat has been found, in the hopes that more of them will also be hidden there. This strategy leads also to a stagnation in the progress of fields and should also be avoided. Failure is crucial, but an equilibrium between accepting it and exploiting it needs to be reached just in the same way as success does. Scientists also need to have a job security that allows them to actually take the time to investigate every room without worrying that they'll be out in the street for stumbling upon an empty one. This insecurity is likely to be one of the drivers of this rush to the cat-filled rooms and, more worryingly, of scientific fraud. Once these obstacles are removed, science will at least be free to explore the rooms without fearing their contents, and only then will science advance at its true speed with confidence.